Good morning, everybody. So, upon further research, when you come to this country from a different country, they give you a visa. And then, if you want to apply for a permanent residency, you get a green card. And then, some green cards are every 10 years. So, every 10 years, you have to renew your green card so you can remain as a permanent resident, as a legal alien. That's what it says on the green card. My father went through this. He was a legal resident, but he didn't renew his green card and he ended up moving back to Italy. Okay? My stepfather, long time ago, his green card before it was within 6 months from when he already was renewing his green card, but he had to go renew his ID, and they wouldn't even give him a new driver's license because his green card was going to be expired in less than a year, because they give licenses for 2 to 4 years depending on what state you're in, sometimes even 8. So they didn't even want to give him that. He had to go do a whole bunch of stuff. He had to go get a 1-year visa approval, or he had to get a 1-year license temporary until he got his green card in the mail, even though it was already on record. He had to go to the Department of Homeland Security. He talked to them, and they approved all his paperwork. But it's a lot of paperwork, and it's a process. So, like, if you are here as a legal resident and you want to get a driver's license, if your legal residency status is close to expiration, you're not even supposed to be getting a driver's license. What's going on in all these sanctuary states where there's undocumented people who are getting driver's licenses without social security numbers? That's what I heard. I need to go double check that, but it makes no sense for people to be all upset about this about the illegal invasion of the cartel members and all the people that are here illegally who are committing crimes, right? Everyone had time to self-deport. Everyone had time to renew their permanent residency. Why didn't you do it? You know what I mean? When you come to this country, you have opportunity to apply for citizenship, and if you didn't, you had time to leave. Now they're rolling up drug cartel members, people who have committed very vicious crimes, and then you have, it's so pointless to even talk about this. This is a waste of time. I wish that these people were not protesting out there. You know what I mean? If we could just go do this. Think about how El Salvador did it. He went out and he gathered, I think in just a couple days, they arrested thousands of people, all the MS, whatever cartels they have over there, and now El Salvador is one of the most peaceful, beautiful countries in the world, you know? If you go to any country on a visa, and then you want to stay and apply for permanent residency, and then you become a legal alien there, that's the process, you know what I mean? Other countries, they don't give you a process. If once you violate the law, you get detained, you get put in a detention center, and God knows how long. Who knows if they even send you back to your country? You know what I mean? Like, you have to have resources, money, bribe them, be able to, like, I know in Asia, when you get detained, you have to bribe the guards for everything. If you want food, you get fed once a day, and you sit on a concrete block. You don't even have a bed. You have to bribe the guards to get any phone calls, anything. Like my Air Force brother, he was able to call me, and we set it up through the church where we were able to get him out. He had to fly to Hawaii and then here, but, you know, I don't understand why us enforcing the law is a problem. And then you have these people who infiltrated our government, telling you how they're going to try to destroy our country, trying to bring communism and socialism into America. And even worse, those are the real fascists, the extreme politicians who are telling you that they're going to give you all these things that they can't, but they have connections with extreme Islam and other, terrorist organizations, and they're funded by them, and they're mouthpieces for them, and they're getting into governments. Like, we live in a strange world. We need to learn the extreme ideology. We first of all just learn the Constitution, and then go from there. You know what I mean? That's why the founding fathers, when they founded this place, we created the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, Magna Carta a long time ago, Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and the rest of the Constitution. I think there was a reason that was written. Now we live in a world built on legal policy. That's why all this stupid shit happens. No one knows the law. They wrote their own rules of civil procedure. It's literally a language that's only for bar members, British accredited registered members, and it's for them and people who can afford their representation. Because when you go into a courtroom, you are being represented in their jurisdiction as a fictional entity, a dead person on a piece of paper. Your first and last name is in capital letters, and they put some numbers next to you, and they don't address you in the court as a living man. That's why we need to get back to the old court system, common law court, not this maritime admiralty law, where it's all built on commerce, certificates, and trade. Like, we're literally what they call chattel for the banking system. They put up bonds for our names to back the debts, and then they make us slaves. It's a control system between the Vatican for the souls, England for the money, and DC for the control and governments, for the legal system. And that's why when they say that, we kind of have not really declared our independence from England. We still use their British accredited register. They own us. What are you talking about? We're not independent from them at all until we separate from the legal fiction, the fake court, the fraudulent court system. So I tell people, if you want to address any fraud against me in any courtroom, my fee is $10 million in appearance per appearance. Not, hey, you need to be here on this date, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not in contract with you. You don't own me. You're just a service corporation trying to mess with a living man. You know what I mean? You need to know about the law, and then that's why none of this shit would happen. But when it comes to legal migration, how the hell is Gavin Newsom allowing people to get driver's licenses if they're not even, if they don't have a legal residency status? What's going on? I know for a fact that's going on there. So, hello. We need to fix our courts, and we need to get the treasonous politicians out of our, they're working for us. We need to get them out. They need to be fired. Out of our courts, out of our sacred hallways. You know how beautiful the hallways are in Congress, and you got all these scumbags just walking around there. Like, makes me so sad. Anyway, God bless America, and go learn about the Constitution, about the law. And yeah, it sucks. If my mom came here illegally and she didn't get her citizenship, and I grew up here and they took my mom, I'd be on some other shit too, you know what I mean? But obviously, if I was a little kid, I would tell my mom, hey, go get your citizenship. Go get your citizenship, come here legally, do it the right way. You know what I mean? No one wants to separate families. They're not just out there going in people's houses like freaking the boogeyman and snatching and separating people. No, they're going places, and it's strategically, they got to do it this way so that way they can get all the filth out of our country, all right? So you can remember, this is the last administration's fault. It's our problem now, and we're trying to solve it. And 80 million people, more than that, voted for this. So don't be set tripping. Go do a little research and understand the situation. All right? Have a wonderful day.